We work on a lot of different classics and muscle cars here at the V8 Speed Resto Shop. And sometimes a customer will find a video of ours online or see something on social media and wonder how to get a hold of us. So we created an online form that people can go to our website at v8speedshop.com/contact, and you can tell us about what kind of car you have and what you want done to that car. That's what happened here with this red Mustang. The customer had the car kind of close to our shop, but him and his wife were going to be stationed far away for a couple of years, and they thought, what a great opportunity to have some work done on the car so that when they return home, it'll be ready for them to go rock and roll with some cool updates that make it better to drive.
Today we're working on a 1965 Ford Mustang. Has a 351 and a C4 transmission in it. The owner, I guess, for work, he would travel a long distance and the car would sit quite a bit. So when he'd come back, it would be hard to start or it wouldn't start at all. And he just wanted a more reliable, more efficient, better driving car overall. Initially, when we went to pick up the car, it had a dead battery. But once we went ahead and got the car up and running, the carburetor had some issues. It kind of stumbled a bit. It wouldn't be something I would say would be comfortable to drive every day. So when the car came to us, it had manual brakes on it, and the owner wanted it to stop better. So we opted to go with the Hydratech system. It is a fantastic system to help you get your car hauled down to a stop. That includes us also adding a power steering pump because it uses your power steering pressure in order to assist your brakes to help you stop more efficiently. So the process begins by removing all your stock parts. One thing being your brake master cylinder, and then in this case, we removed the accessory drive because we were installing a complete new accessory drive made by CVF. The Hydratech system consists of many lines that you have to make. They run back and forth in between the Hydratech system and the power steering pump itself. And then also you got to remake the brake lines that come from the wheel cylinders up to the master cylinder.
We're big fans of that hydraulic brake booster system. We've measured actually in the past by putting a pressure gauge on the caliper that a vacuum assist brake unit might make 800 pounds of clamp force at a caliper, but the hydraulic one might make 1,000, 1,500, or even more.
We installed a rear disc brake conversion on this car. It was a SEMA racing brand, and that's just to help with overall stopping performance. In comparison to manual brakes, it stops 100% better. Once again, the owner just wanted a better driver, something that he could leave sit for a long time, and then when he comes here to start it, it will fire up for him and he won't have any issues. So we opted to go with the Holley EFI sniper system. He chose the polished version of it. And what that entails is removing the carburetor from the car, and then from there there's several wires that you have to connect and an O2 sensor to install. Its physical diameter is like a carburetor. Once the Sniper EFI is installed, and you get your handheld set up with your bass tune, the car begins to learn on its own. From there, you just drive it, as much as you'd like, and the more you drive it, the better off the car will start to perform. And from there, it will start much easier, idle much better, and overall just be a better driving car.
These Holley sniper systems are becoming a real popular upgrade. We've done them on a variety of different cars in our shop. This one, the unit basically drops right on the intake manifold. They do make them for GM cars also that had the quadrajet pattern as well.
So with running Hydro Boost, you typically have to run a power steering gear. So we chose the Borgeson box, the quick ratio box, and that ties into the power steering pump and the Hydro Boost system. To install it, you just remove your manual gearbox and install this in its place. It's a direct bolt-in. Then you connect your steering linkages to it, and then you run your lines from the Hydro Boost to the power steering pump in the box itself. Overall, with the car going from manual steering to power steering, it's just a much lighter steering feel. You don't get as much of the road input into the steering wheel. It just makes the car easier to drive. Along with the owner wanting the car to run better, he also wanted it to handle a bit better too, so we did some suspension upgrades. One being we replaced the rear leaf springs in the car. The other one being we added an 1.1 front sway bar with poly bushings. And that just made the car overall much better to handle the road, and you can take curves much faster, especially with the power steering gear that we've added. So along with adding a better driving car, handling car, we also added some interior creature comforts by adding air conditioning and heat. We opted to go with the vintage air system, and what that entails is removing any heater box that may already be installed in a car, and installing the evap box onto the firewall. And with that, you attach hoses that run out to the engine bay, connect those to your heater hoses, and then connect it to your AC compressor. And with a little bit of wiring, your car will have really ice cold AC and nice heat. So the first time that we drove the car, it wasn't terrible, but it definitely could use some upgrades. And after the vintage air, the Hydra boost, the brake conversion, suspension upgrades, it is a significantly better car. Overall, when the owner comes home, he can hit the key, it'll fire up, and he can take it and drive it wherever he'd like.
So if you've got an old classic car or a muscle car that would benefit from these kind of upgrades, or maybe something that needs a complete restoration, sign up on our website. Go to that v8speedshop.com/contact page, fill it out, tell us a little bit of the story of your car, and we'll get back with you on a great plan to bring your car to the next level.